Hey guys, and welcome to the Mazza's cooking show. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cook a flatbread pizza. So here's the things you're going to need for your flatbread pizza. So I'm going to go ahead and show them to you right now. Here we go. Alright, so these are some of the ingredients you're going to need for your flatbread pizza. Of course you're going to need a flatbread to put it on. So we got that there. We got our marinara sauce. Got a little bit of pesto. So, you know, pesto is always good on pizza. Some bell pepper. It's red today. Usually I use a green bell pepper, though. Then a Roma tomato, just one of those. Can't forget your mozzarella cheese. And we got a knife. And we got a spoon here, too. Alright, so we're going to start this off by opening up our flatbread. There's a flatbread for you today. So we're gonna put that on our pizza pan here. That looks good. And the next step here is we're gonna cut up our bell pepper. You know, we're gonna chop that up. We might not use it in the very next step, but we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and cut to that. So here we go. Alright, so we're gonna get our bell pepper out here. You know, it's up to you, like how chopped up you want it to be. I like to cut it into little slivers first, like that, before I kind of dice them up, you know. Alright. Honestly, that's probably enough right there for a single flatbread pizza. So we're going to kind of line them up a little bit, and we're just going to chop it. Just chop it. Kind of like that. And then go back across again. And we're going to chop it a little bit finer this time. And remember, always be cautious when you're using a knife. You don't want to cut yourself. So just don't cut yourself and you'll be good. Alright, so we got that done. So we're going to move on to our next step. We're going to put our sauce on the pizza. Alright, so here we got our flatbread. We're going to take our marinara sauce first. Going to need your spoon for this step. We're going to just put some of that on there. Kind of just going to make a little mountain in the middle at first. There's that. A little pesto coming up next. I'm not going to rinse my spoon off real quick. You don't want any cross-contamination in the jars, so we're going to make sure to rinse our spoon off. And we're going to take some of that good pesto. And we're just going to plop it there in the middle. Okay. Now we're going to need to grab some garlic powder. And we're just going to put a little bit of that on the top. Now take your spoon and just kind of mix it all together and spread it evenly across your flatbread. Kind of like that, you know. Honestly, that looks pretty good right there. So our next step is we gotta cut up our tomato. Alright, so we're gonna cut up our Roma tomato. I'm gonna move some of this bell pepper out of the way. And we're just gonna get to slicing here. Slice and dice, you know. You don't want too much tomato because there's already a lot of tomato sauce. But you know, my grandfather always told me you can never have too much tomato on a pizza. So we're gonna put some tomato on our pizza. So just chop that up. There's a hair on my cutting board. You should put your hair in a bun when you're doing this, so you don't get hair everywhere. So just kind of cut up your tomatoes. Sometimes you can stack them on top of each other and save some time. Kind of cut them all at once. Kind of like that. Alright, now we got that nice and chopped up. Gonna move on to the next step. Alright, so now we're going to be putting our tomato on here, and then we're gonna put our cheese on top. So we just kind of throw all that on there, dump it on there, whatever. And then kind of spread it about, you know. Is that camera in focus? Spread it about a little bit. Kind of even, you know. Try to get an even distribution of ingredients. Alright, so now we're going to take our mozzarella cheese. We're going to put it on top. Same thing, try to be even with it. Alright, now that we got our cheese on there, we're going to put our bell peppers on top. It's important you put your bell peppers on last. You know, you want them to get nice and roasted in the oven. And the cheese is kind of a blanket of security. We don't, if they're under the cheese too much, you know, they won't get properly roasted. So now we got our bell pepper on there. You know, some fell off. We're going to make sure they're on there. And we're going to do just a little bit more cheese on top to give it that good cheesy look. But like I said, not too much, because you want these peppers to get nice and roasted. So just about like that, just a little sprinkling of cheese. And that's pretty much all the steps we're going to need to take for our flatbread pizza to be ready. So now all we got to do is make sure our oven is preheated to 400 degrees. And then we're going to throw it in. So we're already preheated. Toss that in there. Alright, so you're going to want to let your flatbread pizza cook for at least 12 minutes. Maybe 13 minutes, but you know, 13 is an unlucky number, so I stick with 12 minutes because that seems to work out pretty well. So we'll be right back in 12 minutes, and I'll show you how it turned out. And you guys leave comments below, tell me how it turned out. Make sure to subscribe and like, and we'll be right back. And there it is, guys. Take a look. Flatbread pizza. Looks pretty good. Alright, guys. Now we're going to do the taste test. This is my favorite part. Right, so we got our pizza here. Gonna grab a piece. Tastes really good. Well, this is a great, you know, for a snack or for a meal. You know, it could be party food or just hanging out food. You could have this for lunch. You could have this for dinner. You could even have it for breakfast if you really wanted it. You know, you could throw some egg on there. Now you got a breakfast pizza. Simple as that. So try out this recipe. Tell me what you guys think. And stay tuned for some more Mazza Goose talk show videos coming up. Watch my last one if you haven't seen that one yet. Pizza's good.